Hello fellow travelers, in this video we will compare 9 of the worst reviews of the live Aqua Punta Cana to our own experience to help you decide if this is the right resort for your Punta Cana vacation. This reviewer says, the food was abysmal, as was the service. Where I live, you tip for exceptional service. Here, you have to tip for any service at all. We have to disagree strongly with this part of the review. The food at the Live Aqua was delicious in both the buffet and the a la carte restaurants. The Mediterranean restaurant by the main pool was the only place we found the food needed some improvement. Regarding the service, we found the Live Aqua staff among the friendliest we have interacted with in Punta Cana resorts. While we tipped during our trips, we didn't feel they were being nice because they were aiming for a tip. They go on to say that the resort advertises that it is in Punta Cana. That couldn't be farther from the truth. To be clear, this resort is an hour drive from the airport, to an area that is very remote and far away from any activities other than the resort. If this is your first time going to Punta Cana, this is an easy to make mistake. Technically speaking, Punta Cana is just the area near the Punta Cana Airport in the easternmost tip of the Dominican Republic. But in reality, a broader area has been referred to as Punta Cana for many years. Your Punta Cana hotel might be located in one of the following areas: Punta Cana, Cap Cana, Bávaro, Cabeza del Toro, Arena Gorda, Macao, or Uvero Alto, the last two being the farthest from the airport. If you're planning to go outside your resort during your trip, which we highly recommend, make sure you know exactly where your resort is located so you can plan accordingly. They also said they heavily overcharge you for the excursions they offer, which are pretty disappointing. We strongly recommend booking your excursions online to avoid pushy salespeople and inflated prices. We have partnered with a trusted and locally owned tour agency to bring you hand-picked quality tours at no extra cost on our website at NittyGrittyTravelers.com/Punta Cana. This next review says, buffet closes on different hours some days and the personnel don't inform this, and some days the buffet is even closed. We experienced the same during our stay. The buffet will only be open for breakfast on our first day, and we only found out after asking at what time it will open for lunch. This left us with only two restaurant options during lunchtime, the Cevicheria and the Mediterranean, which we ended up choosing, and it wasn't our favorite. The buffet was also closed for dinner, but this was disclosed to us during the check-in briefing, and we didn't miss it because we had more restaurants to choose from at night. Almost all other resorts we've been to in Punta Cana, if not all, offer a buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we prefer it this way. This review says, the smell. Our room definitely had a hot, musty funk to it. We said something about it when originally walking in, and our bellhop said that's how the room smells. Our room also had a nasty smell when we first came in. It faded during our stay, but it never went away. We called the front desk and asked for some scented oil or air freshener, but they never brought it. This was a massive letdown because the Live Aqua prides itself on its sensory experiences, including choosing your room's scent from a scents menu. We were looking forward to this. This next reviewer wrote, the minibar is sad. It's only soda and 4 mini beers. Also, the snacks in the minibar are 1 pack of Oreos, 4 turtle cookies, and 1 snack-sized bag of plain laid potato chips. We had the same minibar variety as this reviewer. We stayed in the cheapest room available, and maybe more expensive rooms have a better minibar variety and quality products. Still, at this price point, you expect a better stock minibar. Now let's read a positive review. The landscaping of the property is beautiful. They've done a great job creating a lush atmosphere that makes the grounds feel beautiful and offers nice privacy for the ground level hotel rooms. The pools are great, nicely designed, and hardly ever crowded. We were always able to find seats at any time of day. Absolutely, the Live Aqua is a charming hotel, and they've done an excellent job with the decoration and the vegetation. The resort feels very very upscale, and all the areas are very well kept. We especially like the central hall that stretches across almost the entire resort. It's full of flowers and singing birds. The sunlight seeps through the leaves, making it a perfect spot for taking pictures. The pools are also charming. There's a big pool near the beach and 4 smaller pools surrounded by lush vegetation, making them feel very private. They were never full during our stay, and even though we couldn't get a chaise lounge by the main pool, we were able to get a Balinese bed easily in the smaller pools. These reviewers said the bathrooms do not afford much privacy. There is no wall between the bathroom and the bed. The toilet is enclosed by a non-locking swinging opaque glass door. There is no sound privacy or light to the toilet area that doesn't light up the whole room. Picture experiencing stomach trouble in the middle of the night. Your partner will hear everything unless you can manage to do your business in the dark. You'll wake them up. If you're part of the community, you know that this is one of our pet peeves. Why do hotels insist on making the toilet area part of the rest of the room? I'm sure that the architects that designed these rooms have never stayed in them. If they did, they will realize how bad of an idea this is. The toilet area should be as private as it can be. If it doesn't have a window, it should have an air extractor. It's super uncomfortable thinking that the other person in the room is hearing and smelling whatever is happening there. They go on to say we had trouble getting our fan and AC to stay on. We didn't have the same problem with the AC, but we did with the ceiling fan. I will turn it on and it will turn off on its own after a while. Let's read the following review to illustrate this issue better. Light switches are all over the place. It's a very hard guessing game of which light switch controls what. It's very confusing. Turning things on and off in our room was like a puzzle game. You had to activate several light switches to get to what you were trying to turn on. It also took combining switches in the on and off positions to get some things to work. It sounds silly, but this felt like one of those light-up memory games. This next review says, the drinks were watered down. You had to ask for ice with water, but they gave you so much ice in the cocktail that you didn't even taste the liquor. The wine was a cheap house wine. If you wanted a better wine, you had to pay a lot for it. My friend had 4 glasses of the white and not even a slight buzz. This wasn't the case during our stay. The drinks were very good, not too watered down, and had a good amount of alcohol. Ari had the best piña colada he's ever had at the Live Aqua. The bartenders were skilled in their craft. They understood what drinks you were asking for and even recommended a few good ones we had never tasted. Regarding the house wine, this is true of all the resorts we visited. We haven't been to the more upscale resorts in Punta Cana, so we don't know how they do it, but this is the norm in the 11 resorts we've been to so far. They go on to say that the pools were at least 95 degrees, hotter than a bath, not refreshing in the least. These reviewers stayed in the DR during the summer. The sun can heat pool water to a level that not everyone will find pleasant, but you can't fault the resort for the water being too hot. The reverse is true during the winter. The pool and ocean water can be cool for some people. The beach is supposed to be private. However, there were vendors on the beach all day, every day trying to sell you things. All beaches in the Dominican Republic are public property and cannot be privatized, while hotels can restrict access of the general public to the beaches due to them being built on private land. If locals access the beach through another point, they can walk unrestricted on the beach itself. This brings to the beaches local vendors who target tourists to sell their goods. These vendors are all registered with the Ministry of Tourism. However, the Live Aqua is located in a somewhat remote area of Punta Cana, and vendors do not abound like in other areas of Punta Cana. Now click on this video for our honest review of the Live Aqua Punta Cana.